Deep inside the folds behind this young Cape buffalo's ears, ticks hold fast. Their mouth parts anchor where the skin is thin and difficult to reach. Together, they create a burden that follows the buffalo through the heat. More ticks gather beneath the jaw and around the horn bases. These creases offer warmth and shelter. Flies hover around the buffalo's eyes, landing whenever the lid's close. Every movement brings another irritation. The buffalo snaps one ear, then the other. Its head jerks sideways, but relief lasts only seconds. A hoof can scratch the ribs or belly, yet cannot reach these folds. The deepest clusters remain protected. It shakes its head until dust lifts from its shoulders. Flies scatter, then settle again when the animal becomes still. The ticks respond differently. Anchored beneath hair and skin folds, they survive every movement. The buffalo presses its neck against an acacia trunk. It drags downward, grinding hide over rough bark. Dry flakes fall. The tree reaches a broad patch of skin, but not the pocket behind an ear. Next, the buffalo lowers itself to earth. One shoulder touches first, then the body rolls into dust. Soil coats the hide and drives off flies, but misses the deepest passengers. When the buffalo stands, cracked mud breaks from its neck. Hidden clusters remain. One ear flick exposes swollen bodies among coarse hairs. Protected by anatomy, it cannot groom precisely. Dry land has offered no complete answer. Ahead, reeds mark a floodplain channel. The buffalo walks toward darker ground, leaving dust behind. Water promises cooling and perhaps relief. Hooves enter damp soil, and the open plain grows quieter beside the river. The first step sends a brown ripple outward. The next darkens the legs and belly. The buffalo continues until water reaches halfway up its body. Stirred sediment curls behind each hoof. Then it stops, almost motionless between the reeds. Water folds around the belly with each breath. Flies drift near its face. Below, visibility narrows to green light, suspended sand, and 4 shadowed legs. For several seconds, nothing approaches. Then, 2 small fish separate from the darkness. They keep their distance, turning sideways to inspect. The buffalo simply stands while they cautiously close the space. One fish reaches a submerged leg and makes a brief picking movement. It takes something loose, then shifts position. Another explores nearby. They may find tiny invertebrates or softened debris exposed when a large animal enters the river. More fish appear along the belly and upper legs. Some pass close to the hide. Others wait in the cloudy water until a space opens. Their fins lift sediment from the bottom, while the buffalo's breathing sends gentle pulses along its flank. Soon, silver bodies flicker across the dark skin in coordinated waves. The school expands, contracts, and turns as one moving pattern. Each responds to nearby fish, to the current, and to the enormous living surface among them. Yet the water draws a boundary across the buffalo. Below it, fish explore the wet belly and legs. Above it, the worst clusters remain beyond their reach. Behind the ears, beneath the jaw, and around the dry bases of the horns, a red-billed oxpecker crosses the reeds and drops onto the buffalo's back. Its feet spread for balance as the hide shifts beneath it. The bird has arrived at the level the fish cannot reach. It pauses, then walks toward the neck. The oxpecker opens and closes its narrow bill through the coat, separating coarse hairs as it searches the skin beneath. Near the ear, it slows. The bill enters one fold, withdraws, and tests another with short movements impossible for the buffalo itself. The bird finds a swollen tick. With one quick pull, the parasite comes free and disappears. The buffalo's skin flexes, but its head remains steady. The oxpecker steps sideways, examines another crease, and continues its precise search rather than pecking at random. A second oxpecker lands near the shoulder. A third takes position beside a horn. They spread across the hide, each searching a separate patch. Beneath them, fish continue moving, invisible from above except as brief shadows under the rippling surface. Now one trembling waterline divides the scene. The buffalo stands at its center. Fish circulate around the submerged half while oxpeckers work across the exposed neck, shoulders, and head. 2 different groups have found 2 feeding zones on the same animal. Below the line, the school follows the contours of belly and legs. Above it, red bills part hair and inspect folds. Neither group understands this as cooperation. Each responds to food and access, yet their separate actions may change what remains on the buffalo. The fish turn with the current, revisiting surfaces washed by the river. The birds cross the neck in the opposite direction, gripping skin that rises with each breath. Water limits the birds, air limits the fish. The buffalo connects both worlds. But this is not a perfect cleaning service. Oxpeckers eat ticks, including blood-filled adults, yet they may also take blood or tissue from an existing wound. The same bill that removes a parasite can investigate a sore, changing a possible benefit into a cost. The buffalo sets its limit. When one bird works too close to a sensitive fold, the ear snaps sharply. The oxpecker launches, circles above the reeds, and returns elsewhere. Tolerance can change in a second, depending on what the bird is doing. Minutes pass through small exchanges. Fish leave one leg and replace others near the belly. Sediment rises, drifts, and settles. The buffalo holds its ground, allowing the river to cool its body while activity continues on both sides of the moving surface. 3 oxpeckers move around the horn bases and ears. One braces on the forehead, another searches the neck, and the third steps behind an ear. Their weight is trivial, but their reach is exact. They enter folds no hoof or muddy bank could clean. Gradually, the buffalo's behavior changes. The repeated head shaking stops. Its ears no longer strike constantly against the skull. Breathing slows, and the eyes narrow in afternoon light. This cannot prove every parasite is gone. It shows only that the earlier agitation has eased. At last, the buffalo turns toward the far bank. One heavy step lifts a leg from the school, and fish scatter from the moving hoof. With each stride, the waterline slides lower. Streams pour from deep grooves as the animal reaches firmer ground. One oxpecker remains aboard for several steps, balanced against the buffalo's walking rhythm. Then it crouches and pushes into the air, crossing reeds. Behind it, fish shadows dissolve and the disturbed river surface slowly closes. For the fish, the buffalo creates a moving field of food. For the oxpeckers, its hide offers ticks, blood, and opportunity. For the buffalo, their attention may reduce a burden it cannot reach alone. Nature writes no perfect contract, only shifting bargains where two worlds meet.